I am Nana Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo. We are going to discuss the principles of success and wealth creation, honesty and reliability, hard work. Don't spend it all. After that, we'll discuss investment, how to invest. Then I'm saying that you don't have to forget your history, who you are, and where you belong to. Then we'll touch on the God factor. Finally, patience. All these ingredients will go into one being successful. Then, because entrepreneurship is the order of the day, we'll also discuss the entrepreneurial revolution in the 21st century, so that graduates and then those who will be watching home base would also arm themselves with the ingredients of becoming a good entrepreneur. There's going to be a series of both the principles of wealth creation, which addresses attitude, and that of the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. Home base is the action point. Stay tuned and go by the series. Thank you.
Sabroso olive oil, mejani yetepa. Sabroso olive oil, angwa kroji tete. Sabroso olive oil, mejani yetepa. Sabroso olive oil, sobina soshe.
Sa ikidien kratu. Evdi ajatum se eye.
Dear viewers, we are once again with you at Home-Based Television. We've been discussing how to make it in life, especially in business. So this week, we are going to talk about entrepreneurship. We've already spoken about attitude that will make you a successful person, that will make you create wealth. And we had a classroom session where there were questions and answers on the 7 principles of success and wealth creation. And just to remind ourselves of the 7 principles, we said you must be a reliable person. So principle number 1 was honesty and reliability. Number 2, hard work. Hard work. No excuses. Hard work. 3, don't spend it all. Have a savings culture and believe in what you are doing. Have faith in the savings that you do. Then you go into investment. What kind of investment do you do? We discussed all that. The 5th one was don't forget your history. Don't forget who you are, where you've been coming from, who your parents are. Be proud of who you are. As an African, as a Ghanaian, as somebody from your village, be proud of it. Don't forget your history. Don't forget your history. 6, fear God. Religion plays a vital role in your emotional stability. Religion is so important. Be you a Muslim, a Christian, a Buddhist, or whatever, they all speak about the same thing: peace, love thy neighbor as thyself, and so on. Fear God. Finally, patience. Patience. Don't just jump the gun and believe that you can get rich quick. It doesn't exist. And we said there's a mantra that if you rush, you will crash. These were the things that we discussed over the period. From now onwards, we are going to discuss entrepreneurship. My dear viewers, entrepreneurship is now a revolution coming out of slavery in the 18th, and then we came to industrial revolution, and now we are in the information and entrepreneurial revolution. The advent of technology has changed the whole world scenario, and you've got to understand it. You've got to be aware that we have entered 21st century, when the 22nd year of this 100 years lapse, and you've got to know what is at stake now, and that is entrepreneurship. So that's what we are going to discuss now. And I have with me in the studio Mr. Roland Dogbe. He's coming from University of Ghana, theater. and performing arts. We have Richard, also a pharmacist coming from KNUST, and now he's doing something with his own brand of business. We are going to listen to them. They are going to ask me questions about why graduates are unemployed. What are they after? What is entrepreneurship? Why is the government even so serious about the TVET, technical vocational entrepreneurial training, that the government is also embarking on? Is it justified? Is it real? This is what we are going to discuss. So let us roll on.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. So you have been talking about entrepreneurship. Someone out there might not know what or who an entrepreneur is. They don't know they don't know what they do. They don't know what it takes, what everything is about. So can you give us a little bit something about what entrepreneurship is?
Entrepreneurship is all about gathering resources, both natural and artificial. Natural ones include the sun and the moon. They are resources. We have air, we have water, we have the sun, plants and animals. All these are natural resources that one can put together to form a business venture. Artificial ones would include electricity, telephone, gadgets like the ICT and so on and so forth. Put all these resources together to form a commercial venture. It's entrepreneurship. Whoever does that is an entrepreneur. In the past, they were called middlemen. They were building the cathedrals and castles and so on. And then we came to people trading, going around. Then we have people that will put resources together to form a venture. Sometimes they even innovate the existing ones. People that are having ideas to create business, even to employ other businesses. Then we are saying that, this person is an entrepreneur. He puts things together to make business. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes, putting things together to make a business. Now, if you also put human beings, you put machines, you put products, raw materials together, you are also an entrepreneur. You create market, and then you also want to really have money. But unfortunately, Ghanaians talk about money. But it's not only money. It's a lot of things, a lot of resources, where money is one of them. And in fact, for your information, money is the most insignificant part of entrepreneurship. When we talk about entrepreneurship, it's the idea, it's the mindset that we talk about. So if you want us to discuss entrepreneurship, it's all about the mindset of human beings.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc. My question is, you mentioned, from your book and from previous lessons, there are entrepreneurs and there are intrapreneurs. So I want you to differentiate between the two and then throw more light on that.
Right. If you talk about entrepreneurship and we train you to be an entrepreneur, that is, you want to go on your own, self-employment. That's the understanding that we have. But if you take all these ideas, the knowledge that you've acquired through entrepreneurship training, and you stay in somebody's business, then you are intrapreneur. You are going to use the ideas to promote the business that you are in, the company that you are in, that you serve, to let the company grow, become bigger, increase in their revenue, increase in size, expansion, become global, and so on. Then you are intrapreneur. But if you go out of the business, set up your own, you are an entrepreneur.
All right, thank you very much. Now that the difference is clear, I want to ask, how can we, the young ones coming out of school, generate business ideas, especially, on this part of this continent? How can we generate ideas to go into entrepreneurship?
Oh, I think if you say we the youth, we the young, are you not older than somebody 10 years? You are about 25, 26.
Yes.
So you are older than somebody who is 20. So talk about everybody. Because children can also be entrepreneurs, especially those who have talents and they can be supported by their parents to create wealth. So your question is, how do you create and generate ideas?
Yes.
Business ideas. I've already given you the definition of entrepreneurship, where you put resources together to form a business venture. How do you get the ideas? Those things that we are using today, somebody had the idea. How did they generate it? My dear friends, my dear viewer, you've been given talent by the nature, by God, that you have eyes to see, you have the ears to hear, you have the tongue to taste, you have the power, the skin to feel, and you have the nose to smell. All these organs assist you to generate ideas. So as you walk around, as you travel, as you go to school, you go to church, you go to the farm, your eyes are seeing a lot of opportunities for which you have to take advantage of. What is the advent of television? They realize that people would wish to look at things, watch things after a whole day's work. So let me create something that they will see. In the past, it was black and white. Then came to colored. All these are ideas that people have. What about you, the young guy watching me? The first thing that you need to do is to look around your environment. See what is there, what is lacking, what are the needs of the community. What is it? Ask your questions. That's why you've been to school. You must have questioning mind. What I realize, the most Ghanaian youth, you don't question things. I hope that the timidity will be over after watching this show. You must ask questions. You must ask your pastor questions. Ask your teacher questions. Ask your chief questions. Ask your parents questions. Ask them. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Fear kills us so much in our entrepreneurial idea generation. So if you really want to have an idea, ask questions. Use your eyes. Now go to seminars, workshops, to listen to experienced people, consultants, people that have gone through the mill, people that have the idea, the know-how. Listen to them. If you listen to them, you pick good things out of this, and then you are through. You are watching me. You are also listening. You are seeing me. What kind of ideas are you generating from the message that I'm giving you? Get the spark. The spark is after you've slept and you've gotten the energy and you've woken up. Think about, what can I do? What did I see yesterday? What have I heard on the radio, on the television? What have I read? The newspapers. These will give you ideas. And I'm telling you, if you are reading newspapers, watch out for adverts. Adverts give a good message in idea generation. When we want to really concentrate and get the ideas, one of the tricks is that make a spot on the wall and then sit behind the spot and focus on the spot and then think around it so that you don't get distracted. The spot is only to give you the focus. Otherwise, as a youth, you'll be thinking about what the other girl told you, what your other friend you discussed. The girls are thinking about who came into their life. No, that distracts idea generation. So I'm giving you a trick of just put a cross or a spot on the wall, sit behind it about a yard away, and then focus on it to create and generate ideas coming from what you've seen in the past, what you've heard from seminars and television sets. You went to eat and realized that the taste was unique and different. It's an idea generation. If that was in the Volta region and you came to Accra, the food that you ate there, why don't you bring it to Accra and generate the same commercial venture of the food? Now, you watch and do puzzles. The more you answer puzzles, the more you have to have generation of ideas. Idea formation also comes from imagination. You can imagine things in a positive way, and all you know, it's an idea generation. I was talking about barbering, where barbers were most of the time under trees. For the past 10 years, barbering industry has risen such that now you have air conditions in the barber shop, swivel chairs, big mirrors, all coming from the discussion that we've been having on the television. Today, I'm going to give you another one, which you haven't thought of, kelewele. Kelewele. It's a very nice delicacy. How I wish the youth can come out, and I wouldn't be surprised the next 6 months before the year ends, we'll have kelewele so much in this country, in different forms, packaged in different forms, and then even giving different aroma, fragrances, and so on. Kelewele is something that we can even internationalize it. We don't have to wait until we get potato chips. KFC is all over. No, we can also do something which is Ghanaian. People like our jollof. How do you make jollof balls? Think about it. Jollof balls. And then you can smear it with some flour, with egg, and make it such that you can keep it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Get FDA to approve it, and then just innovate it. In our food industry, there's so much ideas that you can have. Coming also from the agric industry, from fruits, you can put value on all the fruits that we have instead of allowing it to perish. These are all perishable goods. No. How do you use your education, the biochemists, the chemists, the pharmacists, to preserve these foods that we have in this country? Add value to it, and I'm sure you can make it. Idea generation is so much that as you drive around, you see these vendors in the streets. It should give you an idea that this lady is selling peanuts. How do I make peanut paste? How do I put it into a factory form, employing about 500 people to do this? Idea generation, so much. We can talk about it again and again and again to generate ideas. The feeling, you have soft palms and you don't want to go into massage. And you know that Blaster, they have somebody who is a masseur who massages them. Do you know his salary? I don't want to tell you. Just to get some oil, and then you massage the player. Sometimes it's only the ankle, and he massages it. He takes his money. So ideas are so many. And then the part I'm talking about massaging. You can also do something with respect to your smell. I don't know whether you are aware that we have people that smells only for money in Europe and America. You come in an area where they make cosmetics and the fragrance, and then they want people to smell it and see that this is real lavender. This is real this is real that. And then you give your report and you take your money. We have tasters, people that taste. They have special tongue to tell you that this is a good wine, this is a good whiskey. And they take their money. We have tasters. So you can form a company, tasters. I also see this pall bearing as an idea in Ghana here. The way they carry the cups, dance around with it, and then create a scenario where people would take their sorrows away, admire the way the person has been given final treat before he goes into the grave. It's an area that we can capitalize on. Should we had pall bearers to carry Mandela into his grave, can you imagine with the BBC, VOA, all the big television stations on around? Can you imagine that they could even tell us, oh, the people that came from Ghana to bury Mandela in the stadium, and they dance with it? It becomes a big company, big time business. I pray that we can also take it up. I know Ghanaians are doing that, but we should make it international. We should market it very well. You must also know that we have special people that even cry for people, and they take money. You call them moyers. They cry for you, and they have different charges. If they cry alone and no incantations, that's 100 cedis. If they add appellations to it, it's 200 cedis.
Yes.
If they roll on the floor, and then that's 300, and so forth. We have criers these days. So you can also form a company for people to cry for you. These are the ideas that come to my mind immediately. There are some more.
So, Doctor, if I am getting you right, you are saying that for someone who wants to become an entrepreneur, right, the person doesn't need money to start the business.
Yes.
The person doesn't
You need
money.
the idea. Generate the idea first. The idea does not talk about money. It talks about what is it. Then you organize the resources together. Now your idea is, I want to sell everybody's goods online. Where is the money coming from? That's your idea. I want to be like Jumia, like Amazon. That is the idea. But I don't know how to do it. So can I get somebody to also advise me on it? It can be your friend, it can be your family member. That is not money. So if you want to talk about money, it's a factor of business, but it's not the most important. The most important factor is your mindset, is the manpower, is the group of students or graduates or friends that have come together to create wealth, to create an idea, a business idea. Then, what are the resources that we will need? What will be the raw materials that will come to play? Where would we get the office? Where would we get the land? These are things that you've got to think about. And then if you have contacts, you know this chief, you know this uncle, you know this who knows who. It's all money. It's only when you have crystallized that business idea that you are not sure of what you are going to do, that you may need money to buy one or two other resources to top up. So the first is your reputation. What name have you got? And if you need money, use your own money first. Then you go to relatives, friends, before you go to any financial institution to borrow. I warn you, never borrow or go take a loan to start your business. You may collapse along the line.
So from this, you are saying that the youth should not
have
depend.
ideas.
Okay.
They should not cry for money. I don't have money. I don't have money.
So
what idea have you gotten? So when you have the idea, share the idea with your parents, and then with your friends, and then with consultants, business gurus. Then you start. The fear for most of them is that fact that when you share the idea with your friends, all you realize they carry it away and they leave you behind. It's unfortunate. So you've got to have a trustworthy friend before you can really share your ideas with.
So the youth does not depend on the government for jobs.
Of late, I see that you are fighting for government to give you employment.
Yeah.
I wonder how the government is going to satisfy all of you. 400,000 graduates coming out every year.
Yes.
Population is increasing. Industries are rather reducing. How can you get a job? When I see students studying business management, human resource, and for every big company, you need one manager to do HR. And meanwhile, about thousands are coming out. So where are you going to get a job? So self-employment is the order of the day. Entrepreneurship. That's why we are discussing. And I hope by the end of our discussions, people would have had ideas as to what to do to be self-employed. So I believe that from what we have discussed for today, idea generation is critical in entrepreneurship. We are in the 21st century, and it has come with entrepreneurial revolution, mind-boggling revolution, mindset idea generation revolution. So for the next 70, 80 years ahead of us, it's going to be, what can you do? What is in your mind that you can generate business with? entrepreneurial revolution. Check about yourself. What kind of talent do you have? What kind of ideas can you have with your God-given talents that you can use? Are you a good runner? Can you use your legs very well to play football? What about your arm for lawn tennis, badminton, table tennis? Think about what you can do best and capitalize on it. And I hope next week, when we meet again and talk about specific businesses, then we can go ahead and see the kind of opportunities we have in Ghana, how to identify them, and how to make use of them. Thank you, and see you next week.